Hi everybody. We have the Etek 3 LT. If you have the AM, you do not need to. I'm not sure of the details, but you don't have to. You can get the Immortal board without changing your frame. This is for the LT, so that you don't have to change the board to get a high-end board. In my first video, we installed the Zig kit. Second video we installed the Etek Hush bolt. The third video we installed the Violent Series trigger, and now we're going to be installing the Rampage board. I don't have the packaging for the Rampage, but I do have these. This comes with it. This is what comes with the Rampage. It also comes with a little guide as well, but comes with the board, some screws for it, these two plastic for your frame, two plastic pieces for your frame, and the LCD. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the LCD on, which there's metal wiring on here, which is going to go into the black plastic part right here. You can see the holes, and it also has indents in the plastic on both of them so that they fit in there perfectly. This is what it's going to look like when it's fitted in. So you don't have to get it all the way in. Get it basically all the way in though. There's like a little centimeter gap in there, if you can see. I don't know, but there's that. Okay. Now you're going to unscrew your frame. So after this video, we will have the Zig kit. 4 upgrades basically. We're going to have 4 upgrades. One's to decrease the amount of kick on the gun. One's to decrease the amount of sound the gun makes. The third is just basically preference, the user's preference. I like the Violent Series triggers, so I went ahead and got one when I got the Rampage board. That way I could put both of them in at the same time. So I suggest if you're getting the Rampage board, I like it for the LT. It has a lot of features that most boards don't have. You don't also, when you get the Rampage, you can put it in the LT's frame. You don't have to buy another $125 frame just to put the board in, like the Immortal board. So I think this is a very good substitute from getting the Immortal board if you have the LT. If you have the AM, I'm not real sure. I imagine it will fit in the AM frame as well without any trouble. I did not know. I would research it first. But if it does fit, it's going to be the same install. It's just going to be, the frame's going to look a little bit different. So once you get the 6 screws out, take this off. So you don't need those screws anymore. And then in the back, you take your, there's a little holes that you can poke out. You'll see them, and you can poke the board out of here. So then you're going to poke these out, take the battery off. Alright. Now you take these black plastic pieces off, and you want to keep those. Now you're going to take the wiring out. Be careful, do not pull the wiring, pull the plastic part. So if you pull the wiring, it can come out without the plastic, and then you'll have to put it back in. Alright, so here's your stock board. This is Etek. This is pretty much all to it. Now we're going to put in the new board. You're going to put the plastic parts on, the black plastic pieces. Alright. Now the stuff that your wiring goes into are in a slightly different spot, so you want to be careful. They go in different as well. But it's fairly, there's 3 different sizes on your Etek board, or on your Etek wiring I mean. So you're going to know which ones it goes in. There's going to be an extra one, but that's just for another eye slot I believe. So if you had 4 eyes, I don't know why you would. But it's irrelevant on the Etek board, one of the slots. Alright, so now you got all those in. You rotate your board. Now it's going to fit in here pretty snug. It's not going to have a lot of room for anything, including the battery. So I kind of just jammed it in here. You gotta be careful with the wiring though. So there's that. Now you need your 6 screws. The screw holes are going to be the same, they're just going to be different screws. So no need to worry there. It's gonna be a tight fit. But what this board does basically is it'll give you your battery life. It'll track how many balls per second you're shooting. There's like I think 6 modes on it as well, and then you can set your own modes. So you can plug it into. I don't even think you plug it into anything. You just go into the settings. Get the screw in. Go into the settings, and you can name them. You can do all kinds of things. It's I like the board a lot because it gives you a lot of features that you don't have with you get the stock board. So, for instance, say example, you play on 1 second. You play on a certain tourney mode. You can save it, like say 11 or 10.5 balls per second on a tourney mode or something like that. You can save that setting, and if you go to that tournament often, you can have it, and you don't have to actually do anything. You just switch over to the tourney mode, because you can switch modes while shooting, and while your board's on, you just click the power button. So it's fairly easy to switch in game. I mean, there's been a couple times that I've been on full auto and switched to semi-automatic before the ref came up to me. Not in tournament though. This was just free play. You know how I do. Pawning nubs up. Alright, so once you get all your screws on, you should be able to power on. It's going to say Ape, Rampage, and you got all your settings. It's going to be an eye setting right here. See where the X is. Now there's a ball in the chamber. And then it should be there's no ball. Now there's ball. Okay, so now if you have a question mark, it doesn't matter if there's a ball in the chamber or not. It'll fire. It has like, it'll have the name of the mode. So you see react, auto, what's this one? Ramp, PSP, I think. Yeah, PSP 3. And then the ball, this number right here is the balls per second it's shooting. You got your battery life over here, and if it's unlocked, unlocked means you can like change the settings if you shut it off and then turn it back on. So that's if there's enough comments below to how to program it, I'll show a programming video. But that's the board. I mean, it's not much different than your stock board, and you're not going to know a difference. The only thing is, when you're shooting, if you want to know what mode you're on, you got to tilt your gun and look at the screen on the side right here. So that is the only difference. It does everything and more, I believe, than the Immortal board, and you don't have to upgrade the frame. So that's a big perk for LT owners. I mean, if I had an AM, I'd probably still buy this one, just because of all the features. When the game modes change, you can change with the game modes. You don't have to always be stuck to PSP 3, I think it was on here. So you can change to whatever you want. So that was my last video. This is now what I play with. I have different barrels. I guess I can show in another video. But I have the Rampage, I have the Violent Series trigger, and I have the Etek T Hush Bolt, and I have the Zik Kit 2. And so this is what I play with my Etek 3. People probably question why I have all these mods. Stock's just fine, and I agree, stock is just fine, but why play with stock when you can play with upgraded? So, and it makes the experience so much better. So what basically this all does is, now I can see my balls per second. I can change my mode instantly, and I have more modes than just semi-auto and single. I have now auto, semi, PSP, whatever mode I want. I have a trigger that's better to walk with. I now have the Zik Kit, which reduces the recoil in the gun. I have the Etek T, which quiets it down. So this is what I play with. And thank you for watching. If you have any comments below, leave them below. Subscribe, follow my channel. Thanks for watching. And again, if you have any questions on how to program, leave the comments below, and I'll make another video and attach it if I get enough responses. But I think programming it's fairly straightforward.